So when my friend TJ died, I didn't take it well. I tried to mask all my pain with drugs. I just wanted to party and just hide everything. That's not the right way to handle it, guys. I'm gonna tell you through this story a hard lesson that I had to learn for how bad drugs are, how tragic drugs can be, how they can just snatch a life. It doesn't matter. So after TJ died, I was doing a lot of like pills. Like I got into opiates is what happened. I was doing like Roxy 30s, just constant pills, as many pills as I can get. It's- I didn't know anything bad. I really didn't know much about it. I just knew that hey, I tried something. I already always kind of had depression. Then my best friend died. I was off the rails, and I never knew how to how to handle my depression. I didn't know that hey, pop this pill and how it was gonna make me feel so good. It was like wow, it seemed like a cure to my depression, but wrong. That is a short-lived thing that will turn into just a physical addiction that you won't feel good anymore. That feeling will not last. You'll never feel it again. You'll just be hooked. So that's pretty much what happened to me. I was just a mess. My friends were people just wanted to stay away from me because I was bad news pretty much. But I I still had a couple friends like that I'd hang out with and we were really close. And my one friend he was like he was one of my best friends. He my friend Luke he this is like fast forward a few years after TJ dies. We're like 19. I think he like went to college and I went to a local college, and we hadn't seen each other in a while. We were finally linking up, after it had been a while since it had been a few months since we seen each other, and so and he was into doing opiates too. So we were both doing bad things, you know what I mean, and just making mistakes. And his mom had cancer. She was dying. So yeah, and he had like depression issues. We kind of had like the same mental issues, and but he was a really good guy. I love that guy. He was really good at guitar. Um, just the funniest guy in the world. He could put a smile on your face all day, make you laugh all day. One of those guys. But so we finally link up. Okay, this is Thanksgiving break. Um, it's actually Thanksgiving, the night before Thanksgiving. We get together and I stay the night at his house. Well, and his dad, and we like I said, we both like would do like some pills, drugs, whatever. We really didn't care. Like we were coke, opiates. Um, we smoked plenty of weed, but the pills are the biggest problem. The pills, coke were big problems, and especially the pills, as you'll find out. So his dad, he I spent the night at his house, at his parents' house, and they had alcohol there. They got like pool table stuff, or just like kind of having fun, shooting pool and drinking. Well, like I said, we both would do opiates, and his mom actually had cancer and had a prescription. And this is I'm embarrassed to tell this story, but I'm telling these stories just strictly because I want to help people. If it's gonna fall on someone's ears that needs it and it really like changes their life, I don't care. I'll tell all my stories. So as hard as they are to tell or not, but so we're drinking, all right, and and then we end up doing some pills, all right, and all seemed like innocent fun at the time. We were laughing, having fun. People were over. There were some girls over, I think, some other friends over. We were having like a party. Well, everything seemed great all night long, and then everyone left, and I ended up staying the night there. I was drunk, and yeah, his parents were like, "You can stay the night." We were really close, so I stayed the night, and we both slept in like the family room, like downstairs, like on the couches. Well, he, so I can remember, like, I slept on the couch, and I remember distinctively waking up early in the morning. I had to go to the bathroom, and I remember hearing him snoring really loud. So I know everything was all right. And remember we were doing pills and drinking, bad mix. So at some point, I woke up later, a few hours later, like 8 a.m., and he wasn't on the other couch anymore. He went up to his bedroom. I'm like, all right, and so I didn't say anything on my way out. I was just like, I gotta go. It's Thanksgiving Day now. At this point, I gotta meet up with my family and stuff. Like, go do family stuff, my family stuff with my mom, and so I just left. I didn't think anything of it. I thought we had a good night. Guys, don't do drugs. This could happen to anyone. I thought we had a good night. I thought I had a good night with my other best friend. Remember my my other best friend had already died in a car wreck. Now this is my other best friend. He I get a phone call right Thanksgiving morning from his dad. He's flipping out. He's like, "What happened last night?" Freaking out. "What happened?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? What happened? What are you talking about?" I'm like, like I'm trying to think, like, what did we do wrong? You know what I mean? Like, man, Luke's in trouble. Um, no, he wasn't in trouble. He was gone. I mean, he was in trouble, all right, but he was already gone at that point. He had, from them pills that we did and the drinking that we did, and when he went back up the stairs, he was sleeping on his back, and he threw up and asphyxiated and choked on his own vomit. Died on Thanksgiving morning. So his dad's his dad is blaming me, basically, like, what happened, like, what, freaking out, like, just like, imagine that situation, like, what I felt in my heart, what his family felt in their hearts. More importantly, what I felt was nothing compared to what they felt. But so he yeah, he died, and so then I had to I had to live with that guilt. I had to swallow that, and just all the what ifs, and why did I, you know what I mean? Why? Can't go back now, It gets worse. His mom was battling cancer at the time. Whenever Before Luke died, his mom was in remission. She was seemed to be beating her cancer, right? Her son, her baby boy, died from from drugs and drinking. She basically gave up and was dead, and her cancer came back. Her body, she died within like a half a year, I believe. She died too, but she died of a broken heart, and the cancer took her. But so yeah, I had to swallow that at age 19. Then I got depression issues, drug issues, and I got to swallow that one. You can imagine I didn't make the right decisions and face my pain head on yet again. Now the pain's building, it's getting worse. I'm creating more bad situations from being negative and doing negative things, negative thoughts, and then creates negative outcomes and negative behaviors. And that's what I was all in on all of that. And yeah, I didn't face my pain head on again. I spiraled into deep depression, blamed myself for years. I still hold guilt to this day over that. But yeah, so yeah, there were dark times ahead after this. We were just getting warmed up on the hits. I mean, age 19. It wasn't long before, like, them 30s rock, those pills. I thought I was alright. Like, I'm just doing like some pills, you know what I mean? I'm alright. It wasn't long before that spiraled into, hey, heroin, pills, same thing everyone says from the crowd I'm hanging around with now. Because now I'm meeting all the wrong people at this point. After this, I was really upset after this, and I took it all the wrong ways, and yeah, I went on a hard downward spiral. Um, was doing harder drugs. Now, not just like maybe recreational here and there type of thing. It turned into all and every day. I'm doing it all the time. I don't feel good. I'm not like uppity and happy-go-lucky guy at all anymore. I'm just everyone that meets me thinks I'm sick and stay away from him. You know what I mean? At this point in my life, um, my mom at some point, tough love, kicked me out. There was a time where I lived in my car, sleeping in my car or whatever friend's couch I could sleep on for for a good while. You know what I mean? For several months, and then my grandma, who I love dearly, took me in. Um, hey, I'm on a tear at this point. I'm doing drugs in my grandma's house even. I never stole off my grandma. I could never do anything like that. I'm not a thief, but um, yeah, I did a lot of disrespectful things over the years to my with myself, to other people, um, and a lot of it revolved around drugs. And I really hope that anyone that hears this just sees the dark side of drugs. It's not all fun and games. It's not fun and games at all, actually. There's no fun and games in drugs. It's a trick, a lure. It's the devil trying to lure you in, weaken your soul so that so that he can get in, so that he can control you, and then the negativity creeps in. Everything you do in your life you're not going to handle well, and you're just going to slowly unravel and become a mess. And you'll see that I'm going to stop here on this video, but you'll see as I tell more stories that my life unravels more and more as time goes on. It just started to unravel, and you let it unravel too far, it's hard to get back. So anyone out there that is thinking about making a bad decision, isn't in too deep yet, you need to stop and change your thought patterns now. You can, the sooner you quit, the easier it is, but it's never too late. Remember that too. Doesn't matter how long or how hard you think it is, it's never too late. You need to find that phoenix within you. You need to rise up like the phoenix from your ashes and truly make that decision to change. Not halfway, like a change for now, but you'll crack. No, you'll never crack. You're a phoenix. You're gonna rise up from your ashes like I did, and I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna if there's anything I could do for anyone at any time, I'll always be willing to talk to someone and try to help them. Thank you.